Hey guys, this is Wesatron. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games. This figure is by NECA Toys and has just started to hit stores and Amazon. I'm going to back out a little bit so you guys can get a good shot of the package. Basically, standard clamshell from NECA. Very nice flame designs in the background here. You can see the Mockingjay symbol behind her. A nice shot of the actress who plays her right there. On the back, another shot of Jennifer Lawrence, Hunger Games, cross sells for the other figures in the line, which is always great. And that's pretty much it. I mean, standard fare from NECA, it's about what you expect, so let's get her open and see how the figure comes out. So here's Katniss outside of her packaging. As you can see, it's her basic look from the movie. This is, there appears to be some layers, I believe, to this jacket, because in a lot of the promos you're going to see her with some orange showing through. And if you look very closely on this jacket, you see there's like a couple zippers, if I can get it to focus. There's like a couple zippers going on here. Come on. There we go. Nope. So I think there's actually an inner layer that goes with this. Unfortunately, I did try and peel this back a little bit to see if you could see her pin inside there, and I did not see it. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get another version. I imagine they'll probably do a couple different versions of this because there is a tooled shirt underneath this flexible outer jacket. So I would imagine they're probably going to put that to good use. So basically, she's wearing her outfit from the arena, as I said, and she's got a really nicely detailed pack on her back. Very nice. A functional quiver for her arrows. She comes with 3 arrows. Each of these is very stiff, very rigid. Not a lot of flex to them or anything. And very nice looking. Fairly detailed for something so small, such a small detail. It's trying to focus. So you get 3 of those. And you get her bow, of course. Her silver bow that she... Well, I don't want to really talk too much about the plot. I'm going to try to avoid that, guys. I really hope I don't spoil anything for anyone. But she does have her silver bow here. It's very simple. There's not a whole lot of detail to it. They did actually put a notch on here for you to set the arrow on, which is on the correct side, so that when she holds it with her left hand, the arrow will sit on top of the bow. Very good idea. Very cool. And look at that, a bowstring. Eat your heart out, Mattel. What up? Alright, Katniss herself. As I said, very nice looking sheath on the back. I keep saying sheath, quiver. And functional. The head sculpt. Put her head down a little. Not bad to Jennifer Lawrence. As far as I know, NECA does not use any real scan technology. They do all their sculpting in-house. And I gotta say that looks pretty dang good. Her hair is also very nice. She's got her trademark braid. It starts up here and wraps all the way around her head and down the side so that it hangs down the front of her jacket. Very cool, very pliable, so if you need to move her head around, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good likeness to her. It's not perfect, but I think it's very good for the scale. In certain angles, I mean, that looks very good right there. I think she's got a difficult likeness to capture, and I think they did a great job with it. So mad props to NECA for that one. Especially considering you have to sculpt and see faces in ways that most people don't look at them in order to do a sculpt that doesn't have any paint on it. I mean, imagine trying to be able to figure out like how deep an eye is or how wide a nose is without seeing the color fluctuation from natural shadow, and it's just amazing. Basic like cargo pants here. OD green army style. There's a little mud here. You might be able to see it if my camera can focus. Yeah. Here and there. She does have a little bit of residue on her. I don't think she's going to stay this shiny. There's a little bit of oil residue on her. The boots with the tongues hanging over. Nice little detail. Very cool. The bottoms are not detailed, but she does have peg holes, which is good because she's got the kind of the crow syndrome that I had on Infinite Hollywood, where sometimes it can be difficult to get them to stand just because of that swivel there. It's not a perfectly level swivel. So underneath the jacket you can see a little bit. They actually did paint some details on the belt, which is very cool. Kind of a nylon looking belt there. There's some fine ridges, and they painted all the little rivets on the belt, and they didn't have to. They even did it on the back. Very cool. And like I said, there is a sculpted shirt underneath. You might be able to see that. So I'm guessing they're probably going to release... I'm guessing in the movie at some point she's going to take her jacket off, so they'll probably release another version with different arms and lack of a jacket. So yeah, sculpt looks pretty good. I'm very satisfied with the sculpt. I think she looks great. The pitas I saw on the shelf were not as... I mean, they look like the guy, but he had some serious nose issues with like black pouring out of his nose, which is very strange. She doesn't have that. Just nice little dots, which is very nice. So yeah, great sculpt. Articulation, she has a ball and socket head, so she's got this really nice range of motion there. Very cool. She's not really hindered too bad looking up, and that's flat-footed there. Down's not bad. Left and right, pretty good. Maybe better on one side than the other. Her hair might... No, her hair's not really in the way. It's just... Yeah. Swivel hinge shoulders. They only go out to about here, which is kind of a bummer considering she's an archer. I'm not real thrilled about that. I've really... I mean, considering they are a swivel hinge and not just, you know, kind of the faker thing that they did with the Battlestar Galactica figures at DST, I would really like to see more range out of this. Honestly, it's kind of a bummer for me. Swivel hinge elbows, about 90 degrees on both. Maybe not perfectly 90 degrees, but not bad. And of course, the swivel is great. And ball and socket wrists. So she's got a little up and down action to help you get her arrow exactly how you want it. She can knock an arrow, which you saw when I started the video. Swivel waist. And past that, the only thing you got underneath the waist is the boot tops. So I find that if I put them looking straight, she has a much better chance of standing up. If I start to kind of mess with them and push them outwards, sometimes it can be a little harder. She's not as stable as I would like. If you turn them like all the way in, she's pretty stable, but she looks ridiculous. She looks like an anime woman, something very moe, but yeah. Straightforward is not bad. The articulation is serviceable. It's about what you expect from a NECA movie figure, even though they're starting to get into kind of a better articulation on things that they know will sell. This is, to be fair, an unproven franchise, and it's also it's one of those ones where they're going to make money either way. So I think there's sort of like a we can get away with it type of thing going on here. I mean, just like Harry Potter and their Twilight figures. That sort of deal. But yeah, the articulation, my big beef is that she can't, for one, her arms don't go out far enough that she can look like she's got her bow set up right. And then even if you can get that set up, this isn't exactly ideal for putting an arrow on. I mean, it's not bad. She can actually hold an arrow by the nock, which is nice. But as you can see, it's not lined up perfectly, so it can be difficult to actually get her to do this. Yeah. Holding it down, as you saw in the beginning of the video, is much easier because you can kind of flow a couple things. And it still looks cool. So, that's cool. The arrows look really good in the sheath. Quiver. Gosh, sheath. Quiver. They fit in very nicely, very snug. You won't be able to like buy a second Katniss and fill this up with more arrows. I mean, they're tight in there. That's all three will hook you up. You will be set. Yeah. Overall, I dig this figure. I got her for $16.99 at Toys R Us. I did have a 20% off coupon, so I got her a little cheaper than that. But I have seen her. She is on Amazon right now. If you have Amazon Prime, she is free shipping at $17.99, I believe, which is not bad. I think it's a really solid outing for NECA. Like I said, it's about what you expect, below the waist, nothing there. You could probably do something with maybe a Crimson Viper. She might be a little tall, but maybe even a 6-inch figure. replace some female pants on there, you know, get her to where she can do some nice crouching poses and stuff. She was a pretty dynamic hunter, so I would like to see more articulation in her. But overall, a very cool figure. Glad I finally got her. I do have PETA on the way, but I did not buy him in store just because his paint was pretty bad. Yeah, overall, I dig it. I'm going to definitely give this one a thumbs up. If you like Hunger Games, if you're excited about the movie, pick the figure up. If you're just looking for a cool hunter, the articulation may hold you back. You know, it's really going to be up to you on that one. But she is very nicely detailed. Very nice paint. I don't have any issue with the paint. As a matter of fact, this is something that I thought was kind of interesting. If you look very closely, her eyes, I believe her eyes, instead of being painted, come on, focus, are actually tampoed on. I saw a few Katnisses and her eyes seem to be in slightly different places. So I think her eyes are actually tampoed. A very nice tampo, mind. Come on, focus, you jerk. My camera's a jerk, yo. But they're very clean. Everything is very nice. I didn't have any issues with paint at all. I know you know, some people, you know, maybe the backpack a little bit, but it's really not bad. Oh, sorry, let me get that in frame. You see there's a little, maybe too much orange where there should be a little more black, but that's kind of a small area. I wouldn't worry too much about it personally, but to each his own. I know a lot of people, that's their big gripe with NECA is the paint, so in the box, the only thing I would really say to watch out for is make sure that all your arrows are straight, and check on her eyes. Her eyes did seem to be floating a little bit from figure to figure, and none of them looked particularly bad. It's just how much you want her to look like Jennifer Lawrence. So, cool figure from NECA Toys. Expect to pay between $15 and $18. I wouldn't pay more than $20 unless you're just a huge fan and you have to have it, and there she goes. Yeah, biggest beef, I guess, would probably be the feet, followed closely by the elbows. I think if the elbows had just slightly more range, she would look much better as a hunter. But yeah, dig the figure overall. I can't wait to get PETA, like I said. I hope they release a tribute from every single district. I'd be really happy with that. But I'll take whatever I can get. So anyway, this is Westertron signing off. Hope you guys have an awesome day. And make sure you check out InfiniteHollywood.com for more cool reviews, discussions, and news. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks for stopping by.